comes naturally because of how everything is kind of coming together for this big, potentially magical experience. How about that?
Yeah, no, we're excited for the opportunity. It was like last week we needed to get that one, and guys found a way to get it done, and I got an opportunity, particularly for the seniors, to go get to a bowl game and do it on senior day. So pretty cool opportunity.
With offense being so unique from defense, where you can put power and aggression into things, how do you push, to have success when it's not just about being very physical compared to something else?
Say that.
How do you push to have success when it's not really about focusing on the physical aspect of the game? Because on the offensive side, it's a little bit more skill, respectively. How do you just continue to just push to get the best outcome, even if it can't just be based on getting excited or being aggressive or something like that?
Yeah, I just think you guys keeping that, that good balance of when we talk about it during the week of practice is like, man, you practice like you want to play, and those guys really paying attention to the details during the week in practice and feel like that'll translate to game day, where you're practicing at a high level of intensity, to where you get on game day, it's not, you're not out of whack that way. So you've been doing it for the week, and you can just go react and go play.
All right, good luck. Thank you.
Consistency is kind of the thing that he's been searching for. How much has that also been the kind of thing that's been, obviously the difference between the first half and the second half?
Yeah, no, it's been all season like that for us, and it's been great to to show them at times like what we're capable of being, and felt like at times we've been able to move the ball against some really good defenses, and then show them at times, man, we really a lot of times just end up stopping ourselves and not giving ourselves a chance, and it just comes down to consistency and execution, and it's been frustrating because it's continued. It showed its face really during times all season. So just working hard to get those guys to keep being more consistent, push for the details and the urgency during the week in practice, to where we can get that that quality of play just more consistently through the game.
In your career, I'm curious, when you see that kind of inconsistency from other teams you've coached, or if you have, what were the sorts of things that changed that? What were the sorts of things that got guys to get those details right and really execute? What were the changes?
Yeah, I think it goes back to the urgency during the week of practice, and like understanding that everything matters, from the meeting room to the walkthrough, to individual drills, to the practice reps, to the reps that you're not in. Like you're focused in, you're locked in, because all that stuff matters to the way that you prepare and watch the film, going about it, and then the players taking a role of leadership to where, hey, this is our standard of how we prepare and how we go during the week, and we got to get these things right, to where it shows up on game day. And at times we're doing it, but that's really what we've been preaching to the guys, and I think where we've got to get is we've got to be more consistent during the week of practice, and I think it'll translate on game day and we'll get more consistency.
You're starting to get that consistency at left tackle the last 2 weeks. Stanton looked like he played a pretty good game the last 2 weeks.
No, Stanton's I've been really impressed. I mean, it's been really fun to watch him grow and improve this year, and I thought he's again had some really quality reps, particularly in some of those passing situations, winning some of those one-on-one pass rush matchups, and he's had a lot of good. We showed a couple clips to the whole offense of some really good things that he's been doing, so hopefully continue to build on that.
Still searching for consistency with blocking at the tight end position. That's still kind of the moving target a little bit.
Yeah, we've and we're playing a lot of guys through there. Jack got dinged up a little bit last week, and some other guys had to step up with that. And saw some. Purdue gave you some pretty challenging looks with some movements and some different pressure things that we just got to trust our technique and our assignment stuff, and being able to be a little bit tighter on execution, some of those things. And I think we were able to get the edge on a couple of those runs.
Brian, anything that you look better didn't see point two, like with the third quarter, when you look at the season, that's sort of where there's a big scoring differential.
Yeah.
There's been some slowdowns or anything you can think of at point two, I guess, if you guys have looked at it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like, we talked about like, do we need to have a bit of a different script or something coming out? And I think it just comes down to us just focusing on going and executing in those areas, because really in the first half, I thought we came out strong, and we've done some, move the ball and done some really good things. And then, coming out of halftime, we've got to, we get to at halftime, come in, get a script and kind of organize these calls that we want to get to and go through those with the guys, and just feel like we've got to settle down and keep that focus and be able to translate, keep that momentum going in the second half. But no, having the ability to pinpoint one thing or another,
That third quarter, I think it was the first play of a drive. Maybe not, it was the first and 10 in general. It looked like a wide receiver was picking up a corner blitz and trying to signal to the quarterback, and Aiden's got a lot on his plate to look for and so forth. Is that something Aiden could tune into as he gets more experienced? Am I right about that or wrong about that? And
Yeah.
ended up coming from, I think he went this way and ended up being not necessarily
no,
true lines.
we have the receiver. The receivers will point out that stuff to alert the quarterback. But really, it was with the pressure, we had an answer for it, and we just didn't execute the answer protection-wise as well. And then Aiden kind of was in a situation where he was, we say warm, not necessarily hot, like we had a free player, but I've got to have a little bit of urgency to get the ball in my hand. And it was actually the route spacing that really kind of hurt us on that one as well. So a couple of different areas that we just feel like we got to execute better versus it was a tough look that the defense presented, but I felt like we had answers and just a little bit tighter on the details, and I think we're able to make them pay for bringing that pressure. And that's just that point where we've got to get to. We're just not quite as clean right now.
First half, all kinds of success on offense. Second half, not so much. What were some of the main things that changed that as you look back at the tape?
Yeah, you couldn't pinpoint one thing or the other, or you couldn't really pin it on one position group. That was one of the things that we talked about on Sunday coming in with the group was like, hey, guys, it's not pointing out one guy or the other. It was really all of us at times, whether QB timing being a little bit off with his footwork, missing an opportunity here, or being in the wrong spot with a read, maybe getting beaten in protection or losing a one-on-one matchup up front, the details of a route or the route spacing. We had a couple issues with in the second half, and it was like, man, some of those were on some key third downs that just prevented us from staying on the field and getting a new set of downs like that. And in this conference, you just can't do that. And we executed at a high level for a lot of time in the first half. In the second half, it got away from us, and we just had kind of this stuff that we talked about and have had issues with through the season, where it's like 10 guys doing it right, and then one guy taking turns, not executing his responsibility at a high enough level. And it caught up to us, and we weren't able to stay on the field long enough because of it. So those are the things that we've just got to continue to focus on tightening up.
When you don't have the consistency, how hard is it to establish an identity? And do you feel like you guys this year have established kind of an identity of what you want to do?
Yeah, at times, no, not consistent as we'd like. Ultimately, we want to be a balanced team that runs the football, makes the game physical, and then our pass game kind of complements that and plays off of it. And I felt like at times we've been able to do that, not to the level that we want to get to. So I don't know. I think you can see it at times, but it's been frustrating because you can see the growth, and then it's almost like we kind of one step forward, two step back on some of that stuff. So I do feel like we've got some younger players that are building confidence in the things that we're doing, and have taken some steps. Moving forward and improve, which is really promising to see. And I can say that at the quarterback position too. I feel like Aiden, since that first bye week, I feel like I'm seeing some growth, and particularly in some of the decision making, taking care of the football. Being able to hit some open guys, being a little bit more accurate, being a little bit more consistent with his footwork. That is really encouraging, I guess, moving forward.
A couple more for Coach, and we also have Kale over here too for a few minutes.
Have you noticed a sense of urgency maybe from Montour Foster Jr.? It seems like he's had a couple of really good weeks here.
Yeah.
Thinking to Illinois game especially.
Yeah, no, Montour, man, I do. I think the last 2 weeks he's done a lot of really good things, and I think particularly last game, the thing that jumped out to me was his consistency in the run game. And those don't always show up on the stat sheet. He's made some catches, and he did some. I think he was our leading guy last week catching the ball. But I thought it was really cool. He had some good blocks, good reps in the run game, which that we're always trying to show that to the entire offense. And I have a great deal of respect for Montori, for a guy that will go battle his ass off and go block in the run game, as well as getting involved as a receiver as well.
Are you sensing this team